Hi, good evening, everyone. Today we are going to go ahead and take this question from Delhi University Semester 4 Econometrics. This came in 2016 past year paper. So whenever you look at the econometrics paper, you will find out that the first question is always a true-false question in econometrics, and it has multiple parts attached to it. So this is a question from that only. Let's have a look at the question. It says, if we multiply both x and y by 1000 and re-estimate the regression, the slope coefficient will be multiplied by 1000. Okay, let's have a look at this. So beta, what is the slope coefficient beta 2? Either you can write beta 2 hat or you can write b2. What is the slope coefficient? It is summation xi yi upon summation xi square. Beta, what is xi? It is x minus x bar. What is yi? It is y minus y bar. Now, each of the x and each of the y is multiplied by 1000. So, when I write xi dash, this is nothing but it is going to be each of the x is multiplied by 1000. And whenever you multiply each of the x by 1000, then in that case, its mean will also be multiplied by 1000 because mean is affected by scale. So we can write that mean is affected by scale. So beta, if each of the x term is multiplied by 1000, then x bar will also be 1000 times x. So then this will become minus 1000 times x bar. So I can take this common and I can say this is x minus x bar. So I can take this as 1000 xi. Similarly, beta, when we talk about yi dash, this is going to be 1000 yi minus 1000 y bar. Each of the xi, each of the yi, this is what we are talking about. So beta, I can take this 1000 out and I will have yi minus y bar. So this is going to be 1000 small yi. So what we have seen here is that when each x term and each y term is multiplied by 1000, then even their deviations get multiplied by 1000. So if I were to find out the new slope coefficient, beta, this new slope coefficient is going to be b2 dash. This is going to be summation xi dash yi dash upon summation xi dash whole square. So I am finding the slope coefficient of the regression such that each x and each y term is multiplied by 1000. But beta, we saw that this xi dash can be replaced with 1000 xi. So I can just replace it here. So this is going to be summation 1000 xi. And similarly, each of the yi dash can also be written as 1000 yi. So yi dash can be replaced beta with 1000 yi upon summation. Each of the xi will be replaced with 1000 xi. Now, this is very simple beta, that whenever you do summation a into a variable, then the constant can come out and it can be simply summation of the variable. So the constant in this case is 1000. So I can take out 1000 from this, 1000 from this, right? And I can say this will be summation xi yi. Similarly, from the denominator beta, I can pick up 1000 square out, and this will be summation xi square. Beta, if you look closely, this part, this part. This is simply your initial slope coefficient. So this can be written as your initial slope coefficient. And if you notice better, this cancels out. So which means that the new slope coefficient is exactly equal to the initial slope coefficient. The slope coefficient is not multiplied by 1000. It remains unchanged. So therefore, the new slope coefficient is same as earlier slope coefficient. This is the way you will write an exam, okay? So answer is false, beta. The statement is false. It's not a true statement, it's a false statement. That's the answer to your question. Okay, so we will do such similar questions in the upcoming live sessions also. Okay, thank you.